My name's Jacinta Humphrey, and I'm from the Research Centre for Future Landscapes at La Trobe University. My FameLab presentation is called The Future is Green. When you close your eyes and imagine the future, what do you see? Across the globe, our cities are rapidly expanding to meet the needs of a growing human population. Many scientists now believe that this expansion is having a negative impact on biodiversity, with some labeling it as one of the biggest environmental challenges of our time. But this issue is much broader than just the conservation of plants and animals. As many of you may have experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic, access to and connection with nature in your local area can bring about enormous benefits for human health and mental well-being. Recent data has shown that park visitation and participation in bird watching surged in popularity during the height of the pandemic, as city dwellers sought opportunities to surround themselves with nature. Thanks to the coronavirus, there is now a newfound appreciation for urban biodiversity and novel incentives to work towards a greener future. But in order to create cities where nature can thrive, we first need to understand how urbanization affects wildlife. What changes do we see in the biotic community as development progresses? And what actions can we take to better support biodiversity in our cities? This is where my PhD comes in. I study the impacts of urbanization on bird communities. Unlike other scientists who conduct experiments in a lab, I collect my data outdoors in the field. I traded my lab coat for a warm jacket and my microscope for a trusty pair of binoculars. And I set out to walk the streets of Melbourne, looking and listening for birds. In total, I visited 300 sites spread evenly across low, medium, and highly urbanized suburbs. My results show that as suburbs become more developed, we see a significant decline in the number of bird species recorded, with birds that typically live in forests and woodlands amongst the first to disappear. However, we may be able to maintain bird diversity by retaining canopy tree cover. I also found a positive relationship between the extent of mature canopy trees and the number of bird species present. Simply put, the greener the landscape, the greater the diversity of birds. This is an encouraging result, which demonstrates one of the many advantages of retaining our urban forest. Such actions may provide a simple solution for supporting biodiversity in the city, bringing benefits to both people and wildlife. So, what do I see when I imagine the future? For me, the future is green.